We just finished up talking about the state budget and all these beautiful plans and services and how we're going to make it happen, talking about real dollars, real situations, reality. Now I need to talk about you and your budget. And I wanted to talk about the state first because I don't think it's fair that the state can't manage or build a budget and then expects you to and increase rates and prices of everything. That's just it's ludicrous. It is extraordinarily expensive to live here in urban Alaska and even more so in rural Alaska. And any candidate that tells you that they're going to rescue you in your budget day one, they're lying to you because there's a lot that has to happen. One, we need to reduce the cost of fuel and the cost of energy. And so we're going to do that. Why? How? We're going to do it through making sure that we're refining fuel here in the state for Alaskans and that it is at a better rate than elsewhere. We're going to cap that. Also making sure that we have renewable energy that comes in and starts to fuel your community. And each community is going to have a different kind of renewable energy that's best for them. And I'm not talking about just one renewable energy. I'm talking about blended. We have some that are better in the summer, some that are better in the winter, and some are in those in-between spaces, freeze up and break up. And so making sure that we have energy plans that come in, that we're working with AVEC, the Alaska Village Electric Cooperative, because they have to upgrade their infrastructure to make sure that they can actually receive and support that. We also have a cost equalization here in the state with energy. So what we do for one, we have to do the other. What we have to do for rural, we have to do for urban, so we can bring them down together. And so that's going to take a concerted effort, a plan, and we already have brilliant people working on it. And we already have proposals even that are coming in on how to bring this about that we're very excited to entertain. So bringing down the cost of energy, that's going to directly affect your budget. If the cost of fuel and cost of energy are lower, then the cost for your lights, for your heating, um, all of that's going to go down. And you're also going to see it in lower cost of shipping. We are also going to see food shortages because of that war over in Iran. Not only was fuel shipped through the Strait of Hormuz, but also fertilizer. And so a lot of the bread baskets across the world don't have fertilizer to do the big monocrops. And so in our plan, we have food security. We are going to be addressing food security in two ways. One, by directly investing in agriculture here in the state, and by bringing in better stewardship management of our subsistence, I hate calling them resources because they're in their traditional way. We don't call them resources. They're our relatives, right? So the plants and animals and stewarding them in a way that helps them to not only come back, but also increase the abundance. So you can see that in ways like fog women. Tom Harris, one of our elders, he loves to talk about the fog woman story. And that's a traditional way of seeding the rivers and increasing the genetic diversity, size, and stock of the salmon. Also, by having intentional winter burns, you can um, burn areas and put in felt willow, and that will increase the moose population. Making sure that we're taking care of our caribou and not stressing our caribou out in with development or making them scatter. Looking at ways that we can improve the amount of fish and game that we have available here in the state. There's European countries that are smaller than that we are that are actually harvesting more moose. It doesn't make any sense. We're 20% of the United States landmass. We have huge amounts of beautiful, abundant wild spaces, and we should be stewarding our land so that we're increasing and augmenting abundance available to us. And then after that, helping people afford medical. We're going to be working with the tribal medical system and the health corporations to deliver services. For those of you who don't know, in Alaska, especially rural Alaska, most of the services provided around health and wellness are through the tribal health system already. So many of the communities, the only clinic is the tribal clinic, and they serve the entire community. So we're going to be looking at not reducing Medicaid, but expanding it so that those who are under the poverty level are covered so they can get their health care. If you have somebody who's getting their preventative medicine, it's going to cost about $4,500 a year per person. If you have a person who has no way of getting preventative medicine and can't afford it, eventually, it's not if, it's when they get a chronic illness and then they get on Medicaid, it's going to cost us over $80,000 a year on average. So just a couple of years of chronic illness pays for over a lifetime of prevention. And then you have quality of life to account for. You also have a person's productivity and what they contribute to society. Excuse me. So we have to take care of the workforce we do have and the people we do have because we don't have enough healthy workers in our state. We're also looking at affordability through providing year-round school. This is going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to have the ability for rural teachers to have income throughout the summer or year-round, and it's going to provide childcare for working families in communities, which right now, if there is childcare, it's going to be very expensive. It's not available to everybody. It's overflowing. Summer school is not going to be mandatory. It's going to be elective. So that way, if your family has other things that it wants to do, nobody's going to be penalized for it. It's supposed to be additive, not a subtractive measure. So that's going to help increase affordability with childcare. Also, having free breakfast and lunch for kids in schools is going to help to reduce burden. We're looking at the real cost of living for Alaskans, how to address it. And it's either through direct, like I said, cost of food, cost of fuel, cost of electricity, cost of childcare, and also things peripherally to you are going to be addressed. Like if we have more money going into communities for healthcare, there's more dollars in the community. If you have VPSOs who are earning wages in the community, that's going to stay in the community as well. Those are dollars that stay there. Having school year round is going to have dollars back into your community. So this is going to jumpstart our economies across the state. We also need to work with our tradespeople and retool them. There's a lot of people who are going to need to be educated and retrained in renewable energy systems, both putting them in and maintenance. So those maintenance jobs are going to create income in your community and keep the dollars here at home as well. We're looking out for you. We're taking care of our own budget, and we're going to help you so that you can stay here, live well, and also plan for the future.